Hello, everyone. It's Jerry at the Fledge. Welcome to another episode of Every Damn Day. And I'm going to start out describing myself, but I'm going to tell a couple stories in that real quick. So I'm Jerry. I got brown hair. I got brown eyes. I got a headset on. I'm wearing my I Support Black Wall Street of Lansing sweatshirt. And I'm down in the studio today. One of the reasons I'm down in the studio, you might be able to hear if you listen, some drums getting beat on. We've got the Bath drum circle up there, just having a drum circle and putting some good vibe in the Fledge. And behind me is a new sheet that I tried to do where I was putting our logos on with sublimation, but I burnt the sheet, so I don't have the right sheet. So if you think that looks like a dookie stain, it ain't a dookie stain. I just burnt the sheet. Then I tried to spray paint. So if I get all goofy, it's because I'm huffing paint right now. So with that said, we're going to start playing around with this and putting logos of the entrepreneurs who join us up and all kinds of different things. So the reason why is because today on the show, we got our good friend Jorrell. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jerry. Thank you for asking.
And you're a special show today because you're episode number 182. If you divide 365 in half, then we got 182 and a half. So you're on the first half. So you are the last show of the first half. Tonight is halftime. Tomorrow on the show, Alexis will be the first one of our sprint to the finish. So the objective is 365 unique entrepreneurs, 365 days in a row, and we're at our midpoint, and man, it feels good.
Absolutely. I'm honored to be here on such a, special day in, the podcast overall. I want to bring as much excitement to the end of the first half of this as I possibly can.
Well, thank you for being here. You filled the spot for me and all of that. So, you're my hero today for sure.
Thank you.
So let's jump into you. Why don't you tell us about yourself?
Well, my name is Jorrell, for those of you who don't know me. I got long, thin hair. It's real curly. I got brown eyes as well, brown skin. I am Lansing born and raised. I am a Eastern High School alumni. And I'd say that overall who I am is a dreamer. I am a person who I love to imagine new things, and I love to come up with new ideas and, just explore the realm of possibility. And I feel like that trait within me led me to furthering my mental curiosity by going to college, where I attended Central Michigan University. There, I wanted to take that dreamer within me and be able to facilitate the ideas that I had at the time, and that I have in the future. So generally, I wanted to be involved in the entrepreneurial space, so that I could gain the tools that I needed to create my dreams into reality. I'm an aspiring business person, aspiring helper, to people with the same dreams or just dreams of their own.
Why do you think you're a dreamer? What do you think about, like, something? Was there something in your childhood that, like, you read all the time, or I don't know what it is, but what do you think made that into your personality?
Honestly, I feel like everybody at a certain point in their life is a dreamer, in their own sense. From a young age, I just always was very active in my imagination, and my thoughts and ideas were always very personal. You know what I mean? They spoke to me. So I feel like just growing up, there was always a aspect of myself in that arena that I was always in tune with. But like I said, everybody's a dreamer. Everybody has their own, spark to life, their own spark to themselves. And that was just how I seen it within myself.
What you want to be when you were little? What you
Well,
want to be when you grew up?
honestly, again, like many kids, I wanted to be a lot of different things. I wanted to, and this is gonna sound really, really funny, but I wanted to be in the CIA. You know, that was one of the more wild things that I wanted to do. I wanted to be an engineer. I wanted to um, just be an inventor, really. Um, and that I feel like that was mainly because of how wild my imagination was at that age. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what I wanted to be. I wanted to be one of those guys on those things outside of a skyscraper washing the windows.
Okay.
I thought that would have been the best job, and I imagine it would have paid millions of dollars to go way up there. But they
Oh yeah.
probably pay them 50 cents an hour, and
I mean, you're risking your life at that point. I mean, it's definitely thrill seeking, but I'm sure they pay a pretty penny.
yeah, I don't know. And then I went through all the things like football player. I wanted to be in the Olympics as a wrestler, which wasn't an unrealistic. I mean, I spent a long time trying to do that. And then I don't know. My first memory though is that window washer. Sometimes I still dream about what my life would be like if I was just a window washer. And
So
not just of shit. That's a good service. Those windows have to stay clean.
yeah. I mean, I'd say try it. You know what I'm saying? It's stuck with you this long for a reason.
Oh, maybe I could. Maybe there's a tourist service that lets you do that. You know, be a window washer for a day, or maybe that's a business idea. Maybe in Dubai that would play.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
Watching what's that? The Burj Khalifa or whatever it's called.
yeah. The Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world. The Burj Al Arab is they say the only 7-star hotel in the world, but I think Singapore and KL we tell them something different.
Wow.
So I just pulled my headset apart. Can you can still hear me though, right? I just can't hear you. Tell us about what you're doing with your dreams right now. I can hear you again.
Okay. Well, what I'm doing right now with my dreams is finding a way to use my my mind and my skill set to assist other people in finding their dreams, you know, and being able to manifest their dreams into a reality. Um, and more specifically, how I was able to more directly help people is through use of me and my team's new venture, New Era Marketing, where we take, you know, we create relationships with people who are aspiring to build a business for themselves, a life for themselves, you know, just being able to express their passion. And what we do is we take these young aspiring entrepreneurs and we assist them in a lot of different ways, brand storytelling. We innovate their social media. We, you know, we provide the awareness that their brand and their story need to be able to best get their voice out there.
Yeah. So what's your role there? So on January 1st we had Dylan, who's also one of your co-founders.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday we had Jorrell, who's your another co-founder and your brother for that matter, right?
Yes, sir.
Your bigger brother?
Yeah.
we gonna try to compete with them and get more views today?
I don't know. I think I'll just let the people decide that.
Just you doing you.
Absolutely.
I like that. So what's your role in the company? What's your role in the company?
I have a couple different the way I see it. First and foremost, I'm there to help, you know, facilitate any of their, you know, their ideas or perspectives that they may have pertaining to the business or pertaining on how to help other people, as well as being the creative director. And that just means that I'm, you know, kind of overseeing the aesthetic, the visual element to, I guess, who New Era Marketing is.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna go away from that, but we'll come back to New Era for a second. I get the feeling that the business side of it is cool and all of that, but
Mhm.
you're a creative, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are you an artist too? I mean, you told me a little bit about that shirt. Let's just start there for a second. You designed that?
Yeah. I would say that I am 100% an artist. I'm a creator, and I feel like everybody is, but in my own right, I feel like um, I just I like to see the aesthetics and visuals. I like shapes, colors, anything that can speak to me through, you know, anything other than words, really.
Yeah.
But this shirt was an idea that I had um, when I was thinking of who I am. First, let me kind of just preface what this is. This is a childlike individual who's looking up at the sky and okay, and is wearing a astronaut helmet. Um, and the idea behind that is um, children are very special. I feel like children are very pure and honest. And like I said, when I was young, my imagination was soaring. It was, untapped um, or unlimited, I'd say. Um, and I feel like the older we get, um, the less we're in tune with that child inside of us, and therefore the less we are in tune with our imagination and our creativity. Um, so I think this is just a symbol, or I feel this is just a symbol for always staying in tune with the kid inside of you. And sorry,
But Michigan getting ready to play?
yeah, you a Michigan fan?
I'm a Michigan grad, so yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
awesome.
So
But
so what do you think that horizon? I always think the horizon narrows as you get older, right? And sometimes it might get beat out of you. Sometimes it might get, you don't see these opportunities coming to fruition, so you don't believe in your dreams or whatever. What do you think happens to people that from childhood to adulthood where that kind of goes away, that imagination stops being used as much?
um, well, I feel like when you don't use your imagination, you're susceptible to what others would want you to think and how maybe society would want you to act and how they'd like you to create, because we're always creating, we're always, producing something if it's not um, from our thoughts or from our feelings, and being able to, stay, you know, in tune with your imagination. I feel like you have a more, um, you have a, you have more of a control over your internal ability to create and to um, just live your life by your own means. But I feel like if you get to a point where you're, at the older stage in your life and maybe you're not as imaginative, it could I'd say that it could be very um, depressing maybe, because imagination is like the light of life. I feel like
Yeah,
it
me
brings
too.
possibility to a lot of things. Um,
So Einstein has a favorite or a famous quote that says, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." Do you believe that?
I think so. Yeah, I think they
Imagine,
go hand in hand though.
yeah, the hand in hand. I
Yeah.
think your knowledge, or what do you mean by that? I won't tell you what I mean by that or what I think.
Um, I feel like imagination is the energy, the drive that we have to create. I feel like the knowledge is what kind of like the tool that we use to manifest that imagination. If I have an idea for, um, like this shirt, for example, the idea behind the symbol on my shirt was purely imagination. It came from my imagination.
Yeah.
But if I didn't know how to um, manifest that in the world with different knowledge of how to print this on a T-shirt, or how to start a channel centered around telling the story behind this symbol, then it would just stay that. It would just be an idea. It would be part of my imagination. So I feel like the more knowledge we have, uh, it'll amplify our imagination, because we'll be able to do more with it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Do you and I get that shirt. It's a dreamer. I mean, it represents, that's the perfect brand. I mean, for at least where you're at or what you're talking about right now. How do you apply that back, if you were going to help me with marketing the Fledge, how would you apply, how's that applicable? What's it look like when the rubber hits the road, if you will?
Applying the
Your imagination and your creativity to what you could do, back to New Era maybe for a second.
Okay. Well, first, I would want to see your side of the Fledge. I'd want to step into the world of the Fledge in general. What that's about, what drives the Fledge, what does it stand for? And when I get those key pieces of valuable information, I'll be more able to tell the story of the Fledge, and broadcast that and convey that message from your interpretation of what the Fledge is. And again, we do that by creating relationships with different people, communicating with people, letting people know your story, and you know um, yeah, just bringing awareness to who you are as a whole. The mission behind the Fledge, the feeling behind the Fledge, what feeling you want to convey to your audience. That's all what we do. We bring awareness to people's businesses.
I think our brand is something like, those idiots will try anything. We're like Mikey in the old Wheatie commercial, you know.
Mm.
What so there were a couple things that you said you wanted to talk about. I know that New Era was one of them. I think you kind of was it a designer or so? I feel like we missed one thing.
Creative expression, New Era marketing, and personal growth.
Yeah. You want to talk a little bit about personal growth?
Absolutely. Well, personally, my idea of personal growth is, it's always going to be, continuous. I think that, or I believe that nobody's, perfect. Everybody's a work in progress, and we're all works of art. So, being able to take it one day at a time and realize where you're at in your journey is very important to personal growth, because like I said, it's a continuous process of putting one foot in front of the other each day, and just doing the things that, one, are in alignment with who you are as a person, and what you want to manifest in your reality. So along that journey, there's going to be different different aspects of life that come into your reality, and it's your job to the best of your ability maneuver those aspects.
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, just to maneuver those aspects of life as best as you can to reach a point in life where you're happy with who you are and the decisions that you've made.
Yeah. When you I'm really intrigued with you and your brother, because you're both Quakers, you're both, you're entrepreneurs, you both one of you went to Michigan State, one of you went to Central, or you went to Central, sorry. And I look around this neighborhood sometimes, and some of these kids are just trying to get to the next day. What I'm really intrigued with like, why are you different? What was that thing
Well,
that,
honestly,
yeah,
go ahead.
no, you said honestly. Go
Um,
ahead.
well, if I'm being honest, 100%, I feel like it was our support system. It was our family, and we grew up on for the majority of our life, the west side of Lansing. And at the time, at a young age, it wasn't an ideal environment for a growing, child, a developing child. But I think it was the fact that we still were able to, you know, blossom as like flowers out of concrete, that really set us apart. Um, and like I said, it was our family dynamic. It was our older brothers. It was our mother. It was just the the inspiration I feel like we had around us that never drove us to. Uh, I don't want to say fall within that demographic, but it just we seen both sides of the spectrum, and I guess it was just intuition that led us to the better path.
Huh.
Um,
So you guys have older brothers?
yeah, we have two older. Well, technically, we have three older brothers.
Okay. Why technically? Is that
Uh,
a tough
two on my,
subject?
two on my
Huh?
mom, one on my dad.
Oh, okay. All right. Um, so are they rock stars like you two?
Oh yeah, it runs in the
Yeah.
family.
Dang, I'm gonna have five of you on here then.
Absolutely, that'd be interesting.
um, what would you say your mission is? Like, what do you wake up every day trying to do?
Honestly, just be the best me that I can be. Um, I just wake up and pursue happiness. I know that's kind of clickbaity, but
That's my
I
mission.
yeah, it is, and there's a lot that goes behind it. You got to take action to become happy, um, and that's why it's the pursuit of happiness. You have to constantly, you know, take those steps each day, and make the right decisions each day to secure that happiness. And um, I would say personally, that's my mission, as well as helping other people, follow not in my footsteps, but kind of using the same formula to, you know, blaze their own trail and find that happiness within their life as well.
Is there something you do every damn day to push that mission forward?
Yes. One thing about me is I'm very persistent. I, and I know that's kind of vague, uh, but that's one thing I do every day. Persistence with um, how I talk to myself, when I'm alone, those conversations that I'm having with myself when I'm, analyzing, my next step in life, or, the actions that I take, or the person that I just see myself as or want to be. Um, each day, every damn day, I, make sure I'm staying on track, and making sure that I'm, you know, doing my part as me, so that I can receive whatever it is that is mine.
You got younger brothers or siblings?
I have now three nieces. Uh, wait, no, yeah, three nieces and two nephews.
All right.
Yes,
You
sir.
you guys mentoring them and all that too?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I feel like that's the fun part. You know what I mean? Because I'm still growing myself, and when I'm able to kind of mentor my younger ones, and just enlighten them on what I've been through, and the lessons that I've learned, it's not only they're teaching me at the same time, because I'll have to relearn what I've been through, so that I can best um, teach them, prepare them for life, really.
Yeah. It's so important. I mean, to everybody around us, we need to help thrive and get prosperous. Prosperous.
Absolutely.
Um, so we daisy chain our shows together, and yesterday we had your brother and Terrell, and he passed a question actually before we knew that you were going to be on the show, and he wanted to know what's the biggest barrier that you had to overcome.
I'd say myself, like I was mentioning earlier, being aware of those moments where you're talking to yourself in your head. You're having conversations with yourself all day, every day, and those conversations are either conversations of low self-esteem, doubt, fear, or confidence and positivity and self-esteem.
Mhm.
And I feel like at a point in my life, uh, I didn't always have the awareness of, making sure my internal conversations were that of positivity. So ultimately, they'd be conversations of, self doubt, um, fear, really, and low self esteem. Uh, and I got to a point where I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do. I wasn't able to pursue life in the way that I wanted to because I was standing in my own way. I was shooting myself in the foot because while I'm over here wanting to help people out and help people, just uplift themselves from the darkness, I was over here with aspects of myself that was still trying to pull me back. So I feel like overcoming myself was a hurdle for sure, and it wasn't, it's constant each day. It's, making sure that I go into, my mental state, and, I'm just pruning, the garden each day, because our mind is the garden, and, you let, blossom in your mind what you allow. So
Yeah.
I don't allow lack or fear or self-doubt or low self-esteem anymore in my mental conversations. It's only conversations of positivity and self-love.
Do you ever feel like an imposter? Do you know what imposter syndrome is?
I've heard of it before, and I probably need a refresher on exactly what it
Well,
means.
just like I feel like an imposter a lot, like on this show, because all these other people have been doing podcasts and everything for years, and I just jump in 100. The first one I ever did was 182 days ago, and I got this dookie sheet behind me because I don't care. I want to fail forward fast. I wanted to do this. I want to see what the problems were going to be, and I'm going to put it in front of my crowd, and my crowd will give me feedback later about, well, you shouldn't have done that or whatever. But to me, I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm trying to figure it out, and we're all still learning. And I'm 55. I'm two and a half times your age probably, but I still feel these same things. But I think that's because I keep pushing myself, like you still keep pushing yourself. So anyways, that's what I meant by imposter, or what people mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I first want to say that the sheet behind you it's I can only see it becoming just like a tapestry of beautiful logo designs. Honestly, like it's gonna be dope. Right now, it's in the working stages, but it's gonna look awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly, there are times where I do feel uh, that imposter syndrome. Maybe when I'm, you know, like you said, venturing into new arenas, that you haven't tried before, and there are people who are doing it, professionally. Um, that's kind of how I feel about business. I'm more of a creative. I never really seen myself as like a business professional, savvy type of guy. So sometimes in that arena, I do feel slight imposter syndrome,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, I feel like you are who you tell yourself you are. You know what I mean? You can be whoever you want in life. You can do pretty much anything you want to do in life. And I feel like that sense of feeling like you're out of place comes from maybe past limitations, really, because you know, in the world we live in, there's a lot of boxes around, you know, creative expression and around um, like blazing your own trail. People are breaking out of those boxes now, thank God, but it wasn't always like that. So, you know, I think those feelings of imposter syndrome come from maybe a lack of support on society's, um, you know, way they, or sorry, the lack that society supports people in ways of expressing themselves across all spectrums.
Do you were you an athlete too?
Yes.
What'd you do? Your brother had a big resume.
Yeah, he's definitely fit. I started playing basketball when I was in the fourth grade. Me and Troy actually played on the same team. Um, and then he graduated, or not graduated, but he went to middle school, and I continued to play basketball in elementary school. I also played football my seventh grade year. I played for the Junior Quakers at Lansing Eastern. That was my first time playing football. So I'd say I'm more of a basketball-oriented person. I played basketball throughout high school since I was little. It's definitely my favorite sport.
The you know, we daisy chain these shows together, and tomorrow on the show I have an artist. Her name is Alexis. What would you like to ask Alexis? As we, like, your brother sent you a question, what can we send to her?
I'd ask Alexis, what gets her out of the bed in the morning. You know, what drives her to pursue and attack life and just, you know, grow as a person.
Do you pop out of bed every morning?
I can't say that I do. I do not. Some days it's some days it's definitely a struggle to get out of bed in a gleeful, joyous attitude. But really, that's the first step. Really, that's the first thing you do when you arise in the day is decide how you want to get out of bed.
What gets you out of bed? Same question as you have for Alexis.
Well, honestly, things like this, you know, opportunities that are in front of me, that'll give me the ability to um, grow as a person and further um, find where I'm headed in life.
Yeah. What do you have a routine you do when you get out of bed?
Yeah, I do. I wake up, um, and the first thing I do is make my bed, uh, which is, you know, I've been doing that for some time now, and it's, you know, it doesn't seem like it's making a huge difference, but I feel like subconsciously, when I'm able to wake up and make sure that, you know, I make my bed uh, and do it with a smile on my face, or do it with, you know, from a place of, you know, I don't want to say, just from a place of gratitude, I guess. You know, being able to um, wake up and still be grateful that, you know, I have a bed to sleep in, and being grateful that um, I was allowed these things in my life. I think that's the first thing that I really do in the morning. Um, I can honestly make a better effort to be a lot more joyful when I'm doing these things. But like I said, it's a work in progress. Yeah. After that, I try to work out as early as possible. But if I'm not working out, then I'm drinking tea. You know, clearing out my system, making sure that My body is optimal for the day. Um, after I drink tea or work out, I'm headed over to uh, meet up with the team, and we chop it up for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours out the day. Um, and really that's like an incubator, for success and self-development as well. Because we're all, me, Terrell, Dylan, all the leadership leaders of the team, um, we're all, growing. We're all growing together as a family, and being able to um, wake up in the morning and have my own kind of routine that kind of flows into the routine that I have with my team is I'm super grateful for that, and it's really beneficial because I'm able to learn from those guys as well. I'm able to um, they show me a lot about myself, what I'm saying, that I need to work on. And that's what a team is for. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows, but it's about, challenging each other and helping each other grow and questioning each other, in a positive way.
Yeah.
So I guess I'd say that's my routine.
So I'm going to come at you with a question that is a little off from what I usually do. Are you happy?
Am I happy? Yeah, I'd say I'm happy.
Yeah. What does happy mean?
Well, to me, I heard Naval Ravikant. I don't know if people know who that is, but he's a angel investor and a very wise being. He mentioned that um, peace is happiness at rest, and happiness is peace in motion. So I think happiness for me personally is being able to navigate life at a peaceful, rate, like from a peaceful place. Because I'm a lot of things in my life are transitioning right now, and life is up and down. There's a lot of um, potential experiences that I'll have, and I guess I just do the best job that I can to accept those experiences and take them for what they are, and always try to see the bright side of it. So I'd say that definitely brings me happiness. And when I'm not happy, I'm definitely at peace.
Nice. I love that answer.
Thank
so one quick thing, besides the sheet that I'm doing, and we're at that halfway part, I'm going to add that question to every show from now on. You made me get there. I'm definitely asking that question every time.
Amazing.
Cindy said something. I love these brothers. Yesterday was great. So is today. And could they be any better looking? So I outed Cindy on that one. But,
I'm flattered.
It's funny that she said that because, this whole time when I was talking to your brother yesterday and now I'm talking to you, and you guys are so young, but you're so far ahead. You're doing what I think is so great. I mean, I'm not saying that you got millions of dollars or whatever you measure success by, but you guys seem. What keeps popping in my head is the Nina Simone song that starts with "Young, Gifted, and Black," and what a great time. Do you feel like it's a great time to be young, gifted, and Black?
Absolutely. And I thank you also for, giving us such, not, I don't want to say just compliments, you know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely appreciate that for sure, because it is a great time to be young, Black, and successful. It's yeah, I think in terms of like the present moment. So I definitely just try to be the best that I can be in any circumstance, in any time and day. And I feel like with how, you know, the world is going, um, it's definitely more of a, I don't know, uh, I wouldn't say challenge, but it's definitely, um, it inspires me to be great, that much more, because I know that regardless of my skin color, I can be a great a leader, a great light to many different people by just being who I am. So um, yeah, me and my brother, I feel like we're gifted in many ways by just being who we are and doing what we feel our heart's desire to be. I always reference that I'm just a vessel, really, finding my own way to express um, what God has planned for me.
Yeah. So I'm just going to show you something. Dawn is a big shot at Ellie's place, and it's an amazing interview, so insightful at a young age. And I'm sure you get sick of hearing about young and all of that. So you're 22, if your brother's 23, or you're 21.
I'm 21 right now. I will be
somewhere in there.
yeah, this May.
Um, but you must be an amazing mentor to your nephews and nieces and anybody around you that could look up to you. And to me, I posted this about your brother yesterday. People think the Lansing School District is shit and all of this, and no, it's not. It's still alive. It's still good. We still got this. And all you people sending your kids to the suburbs, bring them back. We got to get this. We got to get more people and get stronger. So, yeah.
Really. Yeah, I think what really drives me is, like Terrell said yesterday, when he was, captain of the basketball team, he was a little less verbal. So that forced him to be a leader by example, doing the things that he, felt, would be the ideal way for his team to, do things. Um, and I take that with me when I'm going through life and when I'm learning lessons and overcoming struggles is how would I want somebody else to um, respond in this moment? How would I want them to overcome this certain obstacle in life? And I think that's a positive exercise for me to do because it's not always just about me. Like I said, I'm a vessel. Whatever I go through it in order to bring that back to other people so that we can get through it together. And yeah, that I think you've created a great opportunity for me to actually be a greater vessel in expressing, my story and my voice to other people as well who may be going through the same things. And yeah, I feel like school definitely it taught me a lot for sure. It taught me a lot about opportunities and a lot about people. And for those who say the school system is this or that, they may have their own views on it. I have my own views on it as well. But what school is to me is an opportunity for growth. And you have a lot of resources in school. It's just about what you do with them to get you to a point of, either success or failure.
We're so impressed by you guys. Black, white, Puerto Rican, whatever, doesn't matter. Oh, you know that song, probably, right? Everybody's just a freaking. You guys are impressive, and I can't. I'm so proud to have you both on the show. I'm so proud to have met you, and I think we got a lot of work to do together. And yeah, I'm not going anywhere more than that. But yeah, you guys are impressive for sure.
No, thank you. I thank you for the opportunity to come on here today because you know, I was a little reluctant to fill that slot. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not really as I mean, I like to public speak. I like to speak in general, but I feel like whenever I have a crowd, that's when, you know, I'm not saying it's going to be 100 people in, you know what I'm saying, like watching this, but um, I definitely have my struggle with telling my story, and I know how important telling your story is. So I thank you for allowing me to come on your platform and be myself, really, and just tell my story.
Well, I think you got a great story. I think the crowd thinks you got a great story, and you'll get into the thousands eventually, in the next few days. I'm sure of it. So I got to say something to Cindy and Mona and Jermaine that are out there commenting. You all need to get on here and tell your story at some point too. It's
Absolutely.
easy, right?
Absolutely.
Did you have fun?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was a great experience.
You want to take us out with something?
Um, just be yourself, really. Fear, I feel like, is only powerful because we try to act like it doesn't exist, um, but it does, and it's okay. You know, it's a natural part of life, and don't be afraid to fail. You know, be because I'm speaking for myself right now as well, because this is going to be something that I watch in the later days to come. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to do that thing that you thought you'd never be able to do. You know, you can do anything you want to do in life. You just got to, you know, overcome the fear and get it done.
You just punched me right in the chest, man. I never thought that somebody, 10 years from now, you might watch this video and remind yourself, I'd never thought anything like that would happen. Wow. All right. And don't be afraid of failure. You're going to fail, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
succeed or learn, right? Fail
Absolutely.
forward fast, get to that lesson as quick as you can, get a little better, and move on.
100%.
Dude, I like this show. I like ending our first half here. You're pretty special. I think your family's probably pretty special, though I only know two of you. And thanks for being on the show.
No doubt. It's my pleasure.
All right, tomorrow we start the second half with Alexis, and we go into a countdown. So it was a count up to halfway point, and now we're going to be counting down. Maybe we'll do it for 2 years. What do you think?
Um,
I ain't
only
committing to that yet.
only if I can be on it again for a part 2.
You can host it. You can take over on day 366.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, man. All right, tomorrow, every damn day at 2 p.m., every day at 2, and we will see you later. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.